Welcome back, guys, to TerraTech. This game is finally starting to live up to the potential that I saw in it long ago. It's partially to do with the factory stuff, the conveyor belts, partially to do with being able to make a base. But I am just feeling so awesome about the progress we're making. You see this big yellow wall that we've been making our base around, or that is wrapping around our base? It is our base. It is physically, literally our base. Looks kind of the same, right? As last time? Last time we met, doesn't it look kind of similar? No, it's not similar. It's been upgraded. Look at this. Ready? Ready for the spin around? Yep. It is now a wall of megaton cannon death particle beams. Actually, bullets. Megaton cannon bullets. Yeah, I can fire it. And I also put one of the little AI guys on there. So when an enemy drives up, they are going to get a rude awakening. Giant yellow armored megaton cannon wall of death. Well, if they happen to approach on two sides of my base, we're a little bit exposed on these other two sides, but we will get there. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? That's amazing. So I've got the whole thing shielded up. It's got the healing battery, or not, the healing bubble things. It's got the shield bubbles. It's got armor plating around the outside. These black ones from the GSO Corporation. They don't block the bullets. I haven't done a lot of tests of running enemies up in here and see how the thing tracks them. I have not done that yet. We'll get to that. I've been waiting on some small enemies to spawn, and I should probably put a radar on the guy. Let's do that real quick. Then we're going to start building our super duper tech. I made a little bit of a factory addition to what we did last time to help us with our super duper megaton cannon delivery tech. Let's see, we want the dice. Yeah, okay, the radar is in the dice section. This new UI is great. There's some annoying little side effects that it doesn't... it lets you click through to the other side. That can be annoying. Okay, now we should see... Yeah, okay. Now we can see the other side. We got tons of batteries, tons of recharging stuff. That's all good. We're going to be repurposing these blocks on this guy. The 150-pound cannon guy who's been our mainstay for a while. We are upgrading, and he is going to get broken down for parts. So I have made an addition to the factory. I've done several runs with this guy, bringing back supplies. I found a good spot for the carbonite and the titanite on the mountain range in the biome over there. It's this one, but it wraps around to the side. There's a lot of good titanite and carbonite over there, which is required for the 3-pound cannons and the megaton cannons. On each run, I averaged somewhere between 15 to 20 megaton cannons and about 70,000 big bucks, which is pretty good, which is how I outfitted this wall. And I've also got some extras just laying around, ready to be put onto our new guy. But I want to scavenge this guy, and I want to get as much as I can out of him, so I made a little addition to our auto crafting factory. So these are scrappers. They will break down GSO parts, some of the GSO parts anyway. And lo and behold, when we break it down, we get the base building blocks for the upgrade of the 3-pound cannon, the megaton cannon. And I need to set these filters so that they go in the right places. There we go. Now I should just be able to dump these guys on here. I'm not going to dump all of them because we need to have a replacement in case we get attacked. But just the first row, just to illustrate how it'll work, that should be good enough. Look at that. Science in progress. I used some of these step conveyors so that we could go up and over our previous construction. So the previous version still works, I think, actually. I am assuming I gave them enough clearance to pass beneath. But that's actually not that important, because I won't need to do that in a while. If I need to tweak it later, I guess we can. And we've got... Okay, so there's a problem in that I've got way too much carbonite. I've been getting more of it on my little... my mining missions than I have been getting titanite, so I guess we're just going to offload some until we have enough titanite through that will get a steady production going. because they're going to be coming off of this scrapper 1-to-1. So I guess we'll just go ahead and sell a bunch of this stuff. I just have a ton of it extra. There we go. And also, something to do with the grade 5 fabricator, or all the fabricators. They need a certain material first. They want the titanite first, so if they get carbonite first, it'll gum up the works. So you need to just grab the carbonite off of there, and then it'll go. And after that, it should go just fine if they're both backed up. So there's one megaton cannon. Let's just see if I can put him on this somewhere. Let me just put find somewhere to go. There's 2. So for every 3 of these 3-pound cannons, we're going to get a megaton cannon, which I guess makes the megaton cannon a 9-pound cannon. But before we can do that, we need to start our next guy. So we have something to defend the base with. We are going to use this cab right here. And let's move this out here. Because I don't want to do the transparency mistake here. I'll show you. So, like, if I want to pick one of these things. Oops, we just clicked on this guy in the background. That can be pretty annoying. We don't want to do that. Okay, so we can either use the big yellow blocks, or I think maybe we'll start with some of these, just to get the thing going. This is a cool feature, by the way, of the new purchasing thing. I always forget the names of these guys. What are you called? I've got to unanchor you to look at your name. Payload terminal. Okay, I'm bad with names. I'm bad with names for, like, real-life people, too. I forget names. As soon as I've met someone, I've forgotten their name. Like, as soon as they, like, 5 seconds later, I don't know your name anymore. Takes a while, sometimes. Faces, I remember forever. But anyway, okay. I want this to go down. Okay, like that. So they have updated, and now we can do that to sort of force it a little easier. Give it fewer options like that, and now this will go down automatically. Oh, come on. I just need to be able to click it. There we go. Okay. So that's facing down. This guy's going to be buried on the inside, and I'm using him because I'm a bit worried about... actually, let's put this... Well, we can fiddle with variations later. I'm a bit worried about random explosions blowing up my central cab and losing my tech. I've lost this tech probably 5 or 6 times now. Something about the most current patches. Random explosions. I don't know if they're fuel tanks or what's going on, but you can lose your tech with very little warning. I need to be able to grab these, so let's just do this. Once we have 4 wheels, we can move it around. And I guess we'll need to... Oh, God! Oh, crap! Did you see what I just did? I hit B, and this entire thing lifted off the ground. Oh, did I screw anything up with that? That was a big mistake. Yeah, the whole thing is higher. Oh, I think I did. Oh, dang it. Okay, I'm going to worry about that later, though. Hopefully I didn't irrevocably damage anything. Lift you back up. Come here, wheel. I just want something I can roll around. And then we can start filling with it. I'm going to use a lot of these wheels, because I want a super heavy-duty tech. But I want just 4 to begin with, so I can start moving around and testing sort of the range of motion, how fast it rotates and stuff. For reference, where is my my little payload terminal thing? Have I forgotten the name already? Maybe. Okay, so techs. The previous one I made with the megaton cannon. Let's just look at it briefly. This is the 150-pound cannon. He cost 80,000 big bucks. The one we're going to make is going to be way more expensive than that. 96-pound cannon was the previous version. This is the one I'm looking for, though. The Bombard 2. He costs only 64,000. It looks like the picture is very small, but it looks like he's got 15 mega cannons. He's only got 4 of these big wheels, and then he's got some of the smaller ones in the middle. Yeah, we can do better than that for sure. So here's version 2. The wheels are more densely populated. Why am I using these words? They're closer together. That's a much simpler way to say it. The wheels are closer together. It's a more efficient use of these blocks, but it's not nearly wide enough. I want an extra row of wheels at least. Oh yeah, now we're talking. That old tech had 4 of these big yellow wheels, and now we've got 12. Rotates good. We can put armor all around the outside, and it's going to hold a ton of weight. Now that's what I'm talking about. 24 of these big wheels. I think it's 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 4. 24 big wheels, and I'm starting to figure out exactly how we're going to layer these cannon dudes on there. So I want a row on the front, and then we're going to need like kind of like in every other thing. Only problem is just the way the wheels are. I can't actually put a row here because the wheels are in the way. So this is actually going to have to go there. And these are going to have to be basically 1 block lower, kind of like at this level right here. It's going to have to be like that for them to line up properly. So I think what I may as well just go ahead and do, because the fewer blocks we use overall, the better in terms of lag. So it's probably better to just get rid of these. Hello. And we'll just stack them up on our guy over here and replace them with this guy. Actually, I guess we'll have to do it kind of like this to make it a little easier to place. Oh, okay, I thought it would be easier. Come on, guy. All right. I guess it's not that easy. One day they will redo this mechanic, and then we'll be very happy. They redid the selling user interface, so I'm optimistic they will redo this one as well in the fullness of time. I don't need to undo that. That was somewhat intentional. Yeah, so we're going to have something kind of like that. Oh my god, you see what happened there? This thing ended up not going where I wanted it to go. So we can put these here for now. And then we can start, actually, oh, we've got to do extra blocks just to make sure it goes in the place I want. Okay, go sideways there, buddy. Okay, yeah, like that. So we're going to have a few tiers of these, and we're just going to layer these mega cannons up. At first, I was thinking of 2 different designs. Either we're going to have a pyramid, because I'd like to be able to shoot in all directions. Pyramid, so these guys can rotate to the nearest target. Or we shall have to have like one big flat wall where they can fire either forwards or backwards. I think we're going to go with the pyramid idea. That probably is going to make a little bit more sense with this design. Okay, guys, I may have gone a little bit too far. I think I may have broken the game just a little bit. I don't even know how many... I know exactly how many frames I'm getting. I'm getting 11 frames per second. What we're going to do, we're going to test this bad boy, who's not even finished. He's 2 levels of a pyramid, and we're going to hopefully eventually make 3 more. But as you can see, I'm down to 50,000 big bucks, and we need to at least give him a little bit of a test to see how lag-induced our game is going to be once we get out of range of our base blocks. But first, I want to do a little experiment. I want to save both of these techs. The wall, which includes all of this stuff because it's anchored to it, and also this new guy, and I want to see how much they cost to replace, because this is just, it's getting ridiculous. Okay, so let's save it. That's a nice snapshot. Zisteau, let's play. This is number 20. We're going to call it The Wall. It's a good name. It's creative. Spent a long time thinking about it. Tweet that? No, I don't like the Twitter integration. I wish there was a better way to send texts off to fight other players without having to spam people's Twitter. Kind of reminds me of the old Facebook games where people would get spammed all the time. It was really annoying. People would be ignoring each other because they don't want to see each other, all the spam posts from the Facebook games. I would like to send texts. I just don't like the Twitter integration thing. Okay, oh, did I try to save the same one twice? We got to switch this guy. Let's see. Are your batteries full? The cab is way down there. There's all kinds of stuff in the innards. I don't even know how long these batteries are going to last, but they are the big ones. So one thing I noticed when I was building this thing and had to start buying parts for it when I ran out of extra stuff. Look at this. Where is it? Okay, this battery thing we've been using, I've been scavenging these from other techs. All of these in the wall, I didn't buy a single one. You can't craft them. So I scavenged every single one of those, and I had to buy some to finish this guy off. Check this out. 12,000 big bucks. 12,000 for each one of those. So this guy is going to be very expensive. It's going to be ZLP21. Let's write him out here just a little bit. And then we will check how much each one cost. Estimates? Anyone got any guesses? Okay. We'll call this ZLP21 half Behemoth. Half? No, half Behemoth. Because we're not finished with it yet. I would like to put armor plating on it as well. Look at the image. It doesn't even, like, it broke the image. Okay, so before we head out, and he doesn't turn very well, I added a whole bunch of these turning guys, which are helping. And he's got a whole bunch of boosters in there. We learned earlier that there's no real aerodynamics. You can just put all this, you can put the propellers, you can put the boosters, you can put all that stuff on the inside of your tech and put armor plate on the outside. Doesn't hurt it none. Doesn't affect the performance. The placement of these turning things might, but you don't have to like worry about putting propellers on the inside of something. Okay, let's see how much they cost. Whew. Our previous most expensive guy, let's see, this guy's 111,000. I think that was our previous most expensive. Our previous, what did I call him? The Bombard 2. He was only 64,000 big bucks. Although here it's YY. Why is that's weird. First time I noticed that. It's YY here, BB there. Kind of strange. This guy was 100,000. The pincushion, that was a failed experiment. Let's see how much these last two were. Okay, the wall. Oh my god, 741,000. Wow, we can get that to $1 million. Oh, we gotta get that to $1 million. Once I fully armor plate it and take off all the cheap stuff, replace it with more expensive things. Maybe more batteries is the way to go. And the half behemoth, 343,000 big bucks. So combined price tag on the wall and the behemoth is 1 million big bucks. Holy cow. So previously with big guys like this, we had issues where they were extremely powerful if you could hit something, but the little guys would just run circles around us and we would have a lot of trouble actually hitting them. This time that's not such a big problem because we can shoot in 4 different directions and just lay waste. So I think first thing I want to do is try out maybe a smaller guy. We'll work our way out. This is a test. We got to find where the limits are. I'm not sure if we're fully covered battery-wise, like, or not battery, but the repair and shield bubbles. I think this guy might not be covered. I would probably need an extra set there and there. I think that would probably be fully covered. Another thing we need to test. Anything that breaks is not protected. We also don't want to go into terrain that's too extreme. Okay. Alright, guy. Come get some. Oh, you're dead. Alright, that was a success. That was definitely a success. There's a tiny little guy there. I actually saw this guy before. And I think I was thinking about trying to lead him to my base to test the defenses of the base. Oh, it just turned to night. Ah, dang. So this is what happens when the night falls, because it's the light engine the game uses is so laggy. Bam! The light engine is so laggy that it just cuts off the view distance really low. Let's see. Let's look at my shield batteries down here. Okay, they're still in almost totally full. Let's go kill one more guy, and then I'm going to wait for morning, just because it's not very pleasing to the eye for YouTube videos. Watching this stuff at night. We'll kill this guy, and then another guy. Dude, get wrecked. Yeah, now they're starting to target as he moves around. Oh, you're dead. You're so toast. Okay. Did he blow up yet? Oh, back up. We can just clear out these blocks. We can just outright destroy them. All right, this guy is not going to enjoy his afternoon. I guess it's evening. He's not going to enjoy his evening. And the game is, okay, 7 frames per second. Success. We're going to get down to 3 frames per second when this guy's done. That's a goal, I think. All right, I'm going to wait for the morning. Then we're going to blow up more fools. All right, here's a nice test. These guys were always annoying because they... Ooh, there's a big fella back there, too. These guys were always annoying because they're made of so many blocks. Let's see how many shots it takes to blow them up. And if they run around us, what's going to happen? Nothing. Oh, lots of damage. Track, weapons, lag, 3 frames per second. We did it, Reddit. We did it. I don't like being that close to yous. I can't tell at... Oh, now we're in between 2 guys. Okay, let's maybe try to move. Slideshow. We broke the game. We broke the game. I would like to make gigantic stuff. Like, I'm not setting out to break the game. I'm setting out to make something cool. The side effect is that we break the game. But I guess it's kind of an achievement. You can say, well, I pushed the game. I learned its limits. This far, but no farther. This is not an optimized tech. I think it pushes the game just a little bit too much. Maybe they'll increase the amount of RAM my computer can use for the game or something. I don't know. Something like that would be good. It's not an optimized game by any stretch of the imagination as it stands, so maybe one day a fully developed TerraTech will be able to handle monstrosities like this. Did he die yet? He dead? No, his thing's still popping up. He's still got weapons firing. Okay, I think this guy takes longer to kill with this thing just because of how much the game got slowed down. Now what about this fella? Okay, now you're exploded. Great. Let's take a look at, did we lose any parts, and how are the batteries doing? Oh, I put some more shields on the guy, by the way, and it seems like after doing that, okay, there we go, there's a display. I need to be able to check the batteries. I don't want the cab exposed to fire, but we can just do that for now to look at the battery level. Still mostly full. Let's go kill this guy. I want to get far away from my base to where it despawns. You know, it's not in the loaded chunks. Oh gosh, I don't know what distance that is. It's always a distance. I can always tell when the chunks get loaded in when I'm on a mining mission because I do get a sudden increase in lag. Oh, we're too far away to actually hit him. Oh gosh. Okay, he did. He did. Don't blow me up though. Okay, we're good. We're good. We took some more fire. These batteries do hold a tremendous amount of juice, though. Okay, let's try to get farther away. Use our boosters a little bit. Yeah! Rocket ship! Not quite. Yeah, we've spent some time developing this monstrosity. I'm not sure that I can really scrap that other guy, because he's so much more maneuverable than this guy. My first Bombard, that I called him Bombard 2 or whatever, because he was the second iteration of that vessel. He was much more practical. He could maneuver. Stuff would get behind you, but at least he could move. There's a guy over there we can take care of. I think what I would like to do, maybe for next episode, is go exploring and try to find some of the new parts. There's some new experimental parts, some new weapons. There's that wing that you can extend. Oh, is this just wreckage from a previous visit? Oh, I'm getting 50 frames per second. Yeah, we got out of range of the base. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I think we can continue doing ridiculous things. Maybe we're going to have to pick. Either it's the base or the tech. We can't have both because there's too many parts, too many polygons to render. We're going to have to pick one or the other. I might just pick a mobile destruction fortress base thing. Yeah, try to run around me. See what happens. I'm just going to stand still. Oh, what happened there? Oh god, don't blow me up when you explode. I got hit by shrapnel and it did some damage. That's why we're using the Geotech cab, this guy in here. Hopefully he's a lot tougher than the GSO ones. Okay, that guy dead. That guy dead. I'm getting 50 frames per second. This is fantastic. Okay, we have renewed hope and faith and optimism and all that kind of stuff. As long as we don't go into terrain that's too kind of crazy, we should be fine. We will need to recharge from time to time. Let's check the batteries. Mostly full. I'd say like 75% full. Good. Okay, we killed this guy before, but it was much laggier. Let's compare. Now that I'm getting more frames, will it handle better? All the particle effects are part of the lag problem. If there was a super gun that didn't use particle effects somehow, or I don't know. I don't know what to do. because I like the particle effects, but that did change. It took my 50 frames per second, and it dropped it to 15 once we started firing. When it's just me firing, I can maintain 55, 60 frames. But it's when we get into combat, that's when the frame rate really tanks. Yeah, I think we will finish this guy, and we might dismantle that. Whoa! Is something stuck underneath us? What was that? That was weird. I did a wheelie. I think we might dismantle that wall and just use this as our mobile base. We kind of have to have one or the other. Alright, have at thee. Okay, shoot up a little bit. Just blow him to smithereens. Yeah, he's dead. Oh, God! Wow, that was a lot of damage. Have we had any... Yeah, thanks. Thanks for repairing that. Has anything been destroyed? Eventually, if there's any gaps in our shield coverage, one of these things, like this, kind of looks like it's not covered, but it's hard to tell when you're using 3D transparent bubbles. It's hard to tell what's covered and what's not. Like, this doesn't look like it's covered. So if something breaks off, we will know for sure it is not covered. Shields are, okay, they're in the yellow, but we're still well over 50%. And by well over, I mean about 60, which is not that well over, but good enough for a while. The amount of damage... I haven't even counted how many of these cannons I have. It just does a ridiculous amount of damage when they all zoom in on one thing. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, plus 11. 24 on the front, 24 on the back, and then like 15-ish on the sides. Holy cow, 48 plus 30, 78! About 80 of these cannons. Oh my gosh. Okay, anybody else up for grabs? I think this is a pretty good test, though. The number one thing to think about is probably reducing the total part count. Every one of these things you add to the tech is increasing the amount of polygons and particle effects that the game has to render when you do stuff like this. It does help with maneuverability, but it increases lag. We might just want to go for the simplest parts possible. A bunch of yellow bricks, a bunch of the big batteries, some of these fuel tanks. I don't know if the boosters are really doing that much, because at least with all these little turning guys on here, my fuel tanks are constantly empty because those things are constantly firing and emptying the fuel tanks. I've got some miscellaneous little blocks here, just sort of plugging the gaps between the wheels. I might get rid of those. I could definitely simplify this to have less parts total, but we're still going to need a bunch of shield bubbles and repair bubbles. That kind of stuff is going to be necessary. Now, we're going to need a bazillion cannons. I fought that guy before. He's not new. Look at the part devastation. Oh, we got that guy popped up again. I wish that guy would stop spawning. I've killed probably 30 of those guys by now. We will kill this guy, and I'm going to say 3 shots. 3 shots we land. 2, 3. No, it's going to be 4. 4. And we're okay. Oop, explosions. All right, this thing's awesome. I'm getting good frame rate out here. I think we just need to decrease our total part count. I might get rid of all the auto factory stuff, because all that stuff lags. I might just keep my miner that automatically smelts stuff and just buy stuff manually. And only craft something when I need to unlock something by crafting. But I've unlocked everything at this point that is unlockable by crafting. So at this point, it's probably time to simplify our base to reduce lag, and maybe go exploring for some new parts next time, and explore maybe some kind of bomber design. That's one thing I haven't done, is make a plane that can shoot. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. See you later. Take it easy. Have a good day. The little traveler guy is going to explode in a second. This is one problem. I do have a bit of a dead zone if something gets too close to me. Can you target? And these things don't want to target. Target him. He's behind me. My guns don't know he's there. He's stealthy. He's got a stealth field. Blow up, please, so I can end the video. Can you? Oh my gosh. Yeah, they don't. My this is what happens when the train generation doesn't work properly. By the way. Oh yeah, direct hit. This guy turns out to be my greatest adversary. Now he's dead. Okay, shooting behind you, not very good. Because your AI doesn't recognize that there's somebody behind you. That's it for the video. Bye-bye.